Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Today, I would like to talk something on few rules that will make life comfortable and you will be happy. There are few rules that you must follow, which nowadays I've started following. Before I never used to, because I used to think that some miracles will happen every moment, but miracles don't happen. So you really have to work hard. So this for that. What are the rules? Is the first rule is to discipline yourself. Discipline yourself means wake up early at around 5:36, whichever earlier period you have. Means at least keep a gap of like this, make a schedule of 8, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of leisures, and at least an 8 hours of sleep. So if you can define yourself and wake up early in the morning hours is very silent, very peaceful, and when you just wake up in the morning hours, you feel like conquering this world. Very very pleasant and very good to do is to begin everything. So you can begin the day with waking up early. If you can meditate for some time, if you can meditate for some time, try meditating. Try practice gratitude. Thank God, thank relatives, thank everybody for everything you have around, even the breath and even the life you are just enjoying. Just thank everybody for that, because without the gratitude, life is mere complex, and it's a complex process. If you're not grateful about what you already have, if you cannot acknowledge, otherwise what you don't have is a vast ocean, right? We have just a glass of water right in us, within us, and that we must acknowledge and be happy, because we are actually when our basic necessities like food, clothing, and shelters are made, actually we are much much ahead than many billions of people around this world who are not even having food, clothing, and shelter, the very basic of living, that's required for living. So when we have this basic, the what we have other than the basics are all the gift of God, gift of time. So you must be grateful, gratitude to everything, to God, to the country, to the people around who support you. That will really relinquish you of that internal grasp or pain, that this thing didn't happen, this thing, no, that many things happen beyond your expectation actually, and we are just forgetting to acknowledge. Actually, if you just can acknowledge, whatever you have around, there's a tremendous thing that has been given to you, and you should be happy about it. The basics of every morning, just wake up and practice gratitude, then practice meditation for time, for sometimes. If you don't know how to meditate, it's very simple. Just track your breath, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Just track that, and you can chant some mantra if you like om or something like that, you can chant that. But if you don't want to chant mantra, it's fine. You can just track the breath you have, and just realize to stay in that particular moment. Just try to feel your body from the toes to your head, all fingers. Just put your thoughts, go get your thoughts into knees, everywhere, in your body parts, and just concentrate on the breath, that the breath is going out and the breath is going in, and all that's meditation actually. So just living in a present moment, without undue thought of anything that is pressing you in the past or the futures, because the future and past is always an anxiety, because things sometimes, many a times, will not always happen what you expected. Even in the past it didn't happen, even in future nothing's going to happen your way, because you have only one control, that to do the best this moment, what the best you can do in this moment. Rest future, rest other thing is governed by a number of factors, right? Your luck, the situations, the countries, the money, the whatever, all those things controls the outcome, because you cannot control 100%. You just have one string, like so you have to know, but you have to do what you are doing. You have to keep on doing what you have been doing. Otherwise, you just take example of a vehicle, just to go back, you just have one gear. If you just forget that discipline, you will go back. There's a back gear, you will go back, no problem. Means for a field to grow grasses, you don't have to plant anything, right? You don't have to till, plant, fertilize. No, you don't have to. But if you want to grow something in that field, you have to till, plant, fertilize, water, do a lot of things, because you want some fruitation to happen right there. There to have some fruit, you have to put in that effort. Otherwise, not to read a book, you don't have to do anything. Simply just remain idle. You don't have to read. You don't have to listen to any podcast, or you don't have to read to any talks or whatever. Not to do anything, you can just remain idle. But to do something, you have to put in that effort, right? To do something, you have to put in that effort, extra effort, even when it hurts. Sometimes winners, to become the winner, you have to put in that extra effort. When you're not very comfortable, because if you just start living in comfort zone, then you're doing nothing. Comfort zone, you are in comfort zone means you're doing nothing. You're comfortable means you are doing nothing. When you're doing something, you will always be uncomfortable, because you don't know what is going to happen next moment, in next future, what is there. You might make profit, you might be in loss, you might be suffering, you might be painful, it might be painful. You don't know. When you do something you don't know, that is a suffering, and that will give you knowledge. That will give you knowledge, information, courage, a lot of things. Even if you lose, you will have the knowledge of losing. If you succeed, you'll have the experience or the taste of success. So that's the ambiguity. When there is nothing known, then you will give progress. But when you do something known, when you do something you are always habituated, then the progress might be very slow, because there is no risks. Progress will come with the risks. So this you have to take care. So another thing is, reading. Make a habit, of reading books, because we are always on phones. We are always scrolling on the reels. Don't go by reels. Yes, keep a time for some time. It will give you a dopamine. If you will enjoy for some time, reels will give you an entertainment for some time. It will give you a dopamine. But don't just crave for dopamine so much. Try to read something. Try to listen to podcasts. Try to listen to some talks. Keep yourself energetic, so that you feel the life is comfortable. You see around. You see happiness, and whenever you have to keep your mindset very positive about everything. Positives may not guarantee success. It's the fear of losing, the fear of the deadline. That will motivate you more. That will motivate you. It's the fear actually that motivates, not the positive thinking. So all these things has to be taken care. Then other thing is your food habits. Your food habits are very dangerous these days, because recently I have met a lot of people who got heart attacks, who have problems with, because we don't care about food habits. Our stomach, our gut actually, some research have proved that this dopamine, oxytocin, the hormone of that excite us, is also even produced in the stomach. Means your gut health is very important. So always take care of what you eat. You always check that what you can digest. Don't go too much after fries. Don't go too much after salts. Don't go too much after fats. Oils. All these things are you have to you have to control, when you really restrain yourself, when you really enjoy all these things, because these things are very tasty for the tongue, for the taste buds, but it will really destroy your health. And because then when you have a lot of fats, bad fats in your body, then you will one fine day have a heart attack or something like that. You will have some blood vessel blocked. So all these things you should take care. Food habits is very, very important. Whenever, especially when you cross 30, it becomes so critical, that if you just don't control, if you drink too much, you will really shorten your lifespan. So take care of your food habits. It's very important, because what you eat will play important role in your mindset, in your thought process, and even in your bodily fitness. And other thing is, at least give an hour, at least a 30 minutes, say, for your body, just to move around, just to do exercise, some jumping around, some if you don't have a treadmill or something, go out and or do it in a treadmill at home, or just go around and walk for some time so that you sweat a little bit, just a little bit of sweat, that you exacerbate, you enhance your breath, and that will really keep your body better. And practice all these things, and this is all I can tell you for your happiness, success in life. Rest, keep on doing, putting effort, think about growing and think about doing something new. Don't compare yourself with someone else, because there's a vast ocean ahead to compare. Don't compare. Just compare yourself with yesterday, what you have done yesterday. I'm going to do it better today. That will keep you motivated, energetic. And today, motivation is the biggest thing you can have, to keep yourself doing, keep yourself going, not indulging in unnecessary entertainment, unnecessary dopamine inducers, unnecessary jiggling with phones, drinking, drugging. All these things will just make you worse. Life is a precious gift, because this short period, you might be thinking, I'll get another life. That is not guaranteed. Another life you might get, and that would be for a different being, and it will be for a different purpose. This life has a different purpose, so think about the purpose and do it perfectly. Have a good weekend.